levels, they say that all hands are not equal. Yes, we do agree, but the government should do the needful so that it can lift most of the people within those uh, level out of poverty. It's poverty that leads to begging. But when you don't have any sustainable source of income and thereabout, people have not been given an opportunity to develop themselves. The human capacity, the money meant for development and infrastructures have been, and of course, diverted into personal coffers. So, and people are left with nothing. I mean, nothing to live on, to lean on. How could an economy that depends on generating sales strive? Most of the industries have gone moribund. They are in comatose. The economy is in comatose. What is the exchange rate? The current exchange rate, $1 to naira. What is it? Over 500 plus. A dollar is 500 naira plus. So what do you tell about such community, such a economy? Well, at the point of its insolvency, look at a country that spent over 80% or close to 80% of its annual generated revenue in servicing of debt. What do you tell about that country? Is growing, right? It's unfortunate. So what is the life expectancy of an average Nigerian? Where you have over 80% of Nigerians living above poverty line, living above $1 per day. So what are you saying? These people should close their eyes, their faces in shame. It's very, very unfortunate when they have not done the basic obligation and of course the welfare of the citizens. It's unfortunate.
So I guess in line with what you said earlier about companies retrenching people without an alternative, I think this is a call for all Nigerians to have what do I call it? Option B or alternative B.
Alternative B.
Yes. B, C, D, if as the case may be. It is a call for Nigerians to not rely on one source of income and look out for other opportunities out there. So
what the citizens are asking for is not for the government to build an Eldorado. What they are asking for is to create the enabling environments that will enhance national growth, that will affect the people positively. The conducive environment is not there, for crying loud. Look at the cost of production or cost of setting up small-scale businesses and all that. It is at the increase. Even before you secure your certificates and all that as Corporate Affairs Commission and other financial obligations, before you meet them, look at people who are hustling, who engage in small-scale businesses because there are no facilities, there are no shops created that could contain the number of the populace, the number of people who want to go into business. They resort to displaying their goods or products in small size along the streets. The government agents will also come after them to confiscate their goods or products. If you don't, the highest bidder will have his way, will get out of the net. So thus that the government has this people's anti-policy, a policy that is anti-people, that is not designed to enhance the well-being of her own citizens. Rather, it becomes an enemy of the people. So that's why most companies and this thing could not have a long-term plan. Why? Because the government policy could destroy whatever plan or agenda they have or program they have, they intend to run, because it is not something you can depend over time. So the government, of course, need to go back and do the needful. Before they design any policy, they must bring to fore the impact of such policies to the masses or the citizens, the long or short-term effect or impact of such policies, and how could such policies better the lots of the citizens. These are not considered in decision making and policy implementation, or policy making and implementation. They will use the use of force, coercion to do whatever they want to. You lock down people's places of business, extorting them arbitrarily. I mean, where do you expect such people to make such money? Multiple taxations and extortions and whatever. You pay this, you pay local government, you pay this, you pay abro, you pay a lot more, you pay this. Does that make sense? You're just exploiting the people. It is not expected. So even in that option B, alternate B, that of course doesn't give any security. We don't have job security in Nigeria. We don't have job. Most of the people still working are under contract basis, casual workers. You know what that means. You are not entitled to your allowances or basic entitlements. Even at the end of your service, no matter how many years you put into such service, you will just be shown the way out of that company without any compensation or whatever. Then life becomes more miserable, and you begin to, where do you start after putting 15 years, 20 years of service to such company? So these are fundamental issues. The labor force, unfortunately, we don't have labor force. The labor force has been watered down, has been bought over by the government itself. So we don't have labor force. The people we have there are just the allies of the people within the corridor of power. They put them there to do their bidding, give them their own share, and everything dies down. Look at the implementation of the useless minimum wage. A minimum wage that is as useless as whatever. What is 30,000 naira compared to this current dispensation or current happening? That is just $60 or less than $60. Some are not even implementing that. They say 18,000. They could only implement 18,000 minimum wage. Would that be enough to fix your transportation fee, which have skyrocketed in recent times? Where a liter of fuel is almost 300 naira. So we are in a very state of dilemma. It's very unfortunate. So the government should do the needful. Even during the lockdown, there were billions of dollars and naira that exchanged hands. Even foreign aid, arms, that was meant to alleviate the sufferings of the already worsened situation. But the government ended up, they never give us anything. They went and stored those commodities or whatever in their warehouses or whatever. You do during the exercise, you know what happened. People have no access to such, what did you call it? To such aids. It's very unfortunate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chigozie, for that wonderful analysis. See you next time.
It's a pleasure.